We come to you live on EA Sports, and it's a Windy City special in the booth. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull. It's Jay Williams.
And Ed, both squads are getting up last-minute shots. As a player, you never leave the court on a missed shot. A mixed shot always sets the right tone before the game.
All the work that's gone into this game about to be on full display here tonight. Phoenix begins the game with the basketball. Mikal Bridges over to the right side. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Jackson with it. He'll run the offense. To Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris, strong finish.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Screen coming. Paul. Off the assist. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
Paul across the timeline. Down 2. Fires the three. And Chris Paul, veteran move. Well defended, still buries the three.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Paul George trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Now Paul with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. DeAndre Ayton to Mikal Bridges. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
It's the Clippers with the possession now to Beverly. Here's Jackson down low. Reggie Jackson missed his first. That one goes.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Paul with it up top. Down a point. Nice finish at the rim.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Beverly to Paul George. LA with 4 to shoot. PG lets it fly. And the rebound's taken in by Phoenix. Into the front court. It's Booker. Leads 1. To George. Jackson to Marcus Morris. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and he knocks it down.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Booker to Paul. Here comes the screen. Booker. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
George to Marcus Morris. Cashes in for two.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Here comes the screen. Booker to Paul. Oh, he had it. Jackson with it. They lead it. 4-point game. Shot from the lane won't go. Paul to the rim. Clippers have the basketball. Patrick Beverly. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Paul into the front court. Down 6. To Mikal Bridges. Paul. He made his first effort, but not that time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Now a whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Here comes the screen. Paul. To Mikal Bridges. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2. DeAndre Ayton at the line. Nope, first one does not go. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Cousins to Paul George. Down low, Boogie. Beverly to Cousins. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Each one more picked up by Patrick Patterson. To Paul. For three. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And he connects on the first free throw. Second and three. Got it. Perfect from the line. Hits all three of them. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Beverly into the front court. Up by three. Driving right to the basket. It's Phoenix ball. Knocked loose. Here comes the screen. Here's a chance from long range. No good. That's great defense. Beverly into the front court. Leads three. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George to Beverly. Patrick Beverly. 3 for 4. Good start.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Crowder, tough matchup against George. To Paul. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Paul George fires. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
DeAndre Ayton has a look. Shot by Saric off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Working the outside. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Paul George. He's 3 for 7.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Won't go down. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
George to Beverly. Batum to George. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Batum. To Paul George. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Sent it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
To Nick Batum. To Cousins. Ah, rocking the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Paul lets it fly from long range.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First try at the line, no good. Missed the middle one. One more coming. On that trip, he goes 1 for 3. It's LA Clippers ball. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. From long range. Abdul Nader is going to get a chance at 3 here. Numbers not good. 59% for his career. Oops, he missed the first one. Second of 3, off the mark. He converts 1 of 3 at the line. Rondo into the front court. He'll run the offense. George here against Abdul Nader. Trying to cash in. Wide open look. Won't go.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
DeAndre Ayton. Missed a wide open look.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Beyond the arc for 3. That out of his range and no good. Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish to this first quarter. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Defender that will get you to the free throw line every time.
Devin Booker at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Beverly. Patrick Beverly. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
To Beverly. Down low, George. Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
The pass set it all up.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Beverly. Paul George. It was right there. To Booker. Fires the 3. That one off the mark. It's no good. No, the Suns come up with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
To Luke Kennard. Beverly. George to Beverly. Paul George, 4-2. Off the mark. Well contested.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Devin Booker. And the rebound taken in by George. To Cousins. Shot from the lane won't go.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Patrick Beverly. He's now 5 for 6.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Count the bucket for 2.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Beverly into the front court. They trail by 1. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
paint. Couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First one goes down. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Beverly into the front court. Down just a couple. Missed it. How'd that not go down?
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Devin Booker is going to get 3 shots here, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Can't connect on the first free throw. It's the second. One more coming. It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Batum. The drive right to the basket. Nikola Batum. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Gets to the basket and scores.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Nick Batum. Down low to Cousins. And he's fouled.
Each and every one of them.
Ivica Zubats. He's got % for his career. And hits the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. Paul into the front court. Lead is 2. Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Rondo with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Ooh, Chris Paul. 4 out of 7.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Rondo to the basket, but he can't finish. To Booker. DeAndre Ayton. Here comes the screen. Paul. Oh, good offense, beating good defense.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
To Jackson. To Cousins. Deep 2 there, won't go. Booker. To Paul. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
And he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. Shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Jackson to Batum. George matched up with Booker to Cousins. Fires the three. No good. Has a chance. A shot no good there for Booker. 4-3. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Short jumper misses. To Paul. And counted at the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Jackson with it. His guys trail by 13. To George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Batum, pass to Cousins, down low, to Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson, 2-4 now.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. DeMarcus Cousins, huge block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Knocked loose, taken by the Suns.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Leaving no doubt, slams it down.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Jackson with it. Down 12. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Mikal Bridges. DeMarcus Cousins swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Nikola Batum. He's 2 for 2 now.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Paul. To Mikal Bridges. Paul. Now that's a contest. To Nick Batum. Has a look. No good. Short jumper off the mark. Cousins to Jackson. Trying to cash in. Reggie Jackson. He's now 4 for 6.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Marcus Morris pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Marcus Morris. Paul George, deep left corner. Jackson. They work it down to Cousins. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Paul. To Mikal Bridges. For 3. And the Clippers have the rebound. To Reggie Jackson. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Chris Paul at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. Off the mark on the first free throw. Oh, he missed on a pair. Jackson with it. Trailing by 4. Oh, nice find for the basket.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Paul. Here comes the screen. George to Batum. Nikola Batum. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Paul. Here's a chance from long range. And Chris Paul, veteran move. Well defended, still buries the 3. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Jackson with it. His guys should be able to get the final shot. George lets it fly. Doesn't get the bounce. So a tight one as we reach the break in a 1-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose and our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. Have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Phoenix Suns. The Clippers are within striking distance at the half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Steals.
Some very aggressive defense has allowed both teams to rack up a lot of steals. Ball security will be the key in the upcoming half, especially for the weakest dribblers. You know who you are.
Player of the half.
Chris Paul has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Here's Rondo with it. His guys now down by a point. Cousins. To Nick Batum. From the outside, no good.
And would you like to be in the lead? Of course you would, but still, I like the fact that you got an open shot. Eventually, those will start going in.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
Booker. It's Cousins with the rebound. Clippers have the basketball. Luke Kennard picked up by Booker. Spinning shot won't fall.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Into the front court comes Rondo. His guys now trailing by a point. He'll go to the foul line to shoot. First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's LA Clippers ball. To Luke Kennard. He gets it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Booker with it. Our score all even in this third quarter. Going to launch beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender.
And he'll go to the foul line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Cameron Payne at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Nope. First one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. LA Clippers with the basketball. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Booker. Here comes the screen. Devin Booker. That's good D. Shot no good. To Marcus Morris. Finish that. Drove the lane and finished, drawing at the hoop on that one.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a Prob City.
Rondo into the front court. They trail by 1. Gets a look. Can't hit. That's going to be out of bounds off of Rondo. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Marcus Morris snatching it out of the air.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Reggie Jackson. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Into the front court. It's Booker. Down a point. DeAndre Ayton. The pass taken away by the Clippers. It goes down.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
It's Suns ball. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Beverly. Reggie Jackson rocks the rim. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Paul across the timeline. The deficit now up to 5. Here comes the screen. Paul to Booker. Deep right corner. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Love the hustle. Sprawl down on the deck. Jackson with it. Leads 5. To Beverly. To Jackson. Has a chance. Reggie Jackson, not that time. Lets it fly from long range. And the rebound taken in by George. Beverly. Down low for Jackson. And the rebound belongs to Phoenix. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. From long range. And the rebound taken down by the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. Up 5. Runner here. Won't go down. Booker with it. He'll run the offense. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Reggie Jackson matched up with Booker. To Beverly. Cousins. To Booker. Paul. DeMarcus Cousins able to recover with the block. It's the Clippers with the possession now.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Picked up by the Suns. Here comes the screen. Fine to shoot. To Paul. Deep two there, won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Has a look. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Gets it in the left corner. Beverly buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
And a timeout for Phoenix as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this. Changes coming from both sides right now. Paul. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Beverly. Wide open look, won't go. DeAndre Ayton. To Paul. Beyond the arc for 3. And George able to gobble up the rebound. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 10. Tough make through traffic.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Beverly into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Jumper's good.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Fires the 3, knocks it down.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
George against Nader. Trying to cash in. The shot by George won't go down. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And remember, Ed, they trailed at the halftime. This is not the same team that we saw in the first half. Playing with a new zest for life, apparently.
Now Paul with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First try at the line, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Here comes the screen. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Paul George, down low boogie. And scores. Strong take.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. To Paul. Fires the three. He engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And count the basket inside.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Paul. And the Clippers able to clear the board. Clippers have the basketball. To Beverly. George. And that's rebounded by the Suns. Here comes the screen. To Paul. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
The screen sets him up for two.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Paul. Knocked loose. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot.
He missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Time expires on the period. It's been all Clippers so far. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
Yes, better odds for the defense. The shooter makes them pay.
Closing out or contesting his shot is a really bad idea because now the offense knows they can extend you away from the basket, and that's away from your original position as being a help defender.
Knocks it down from mid-range. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Booker against George. Nice pass to set things up.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Shoot that, boy.
Booker. Devin Booker in his own desert. No one in sight, and he takes advantage.
I wasn't even sure if he saw the defense behind him. But what he did see was his teammates' eyes telling him where to pass for that easy catch and shoot.
Nothing going here on that drive. George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. It's PG for 2. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
DeMarcus Cousins tips it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Suns with the basketball. 4-3. Not done yet. And a putback slam.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Strong finish for Paul George.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Paul with it up top. His guy's down 11. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
And throws it down.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. George on the drive, but his shot misses. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
It's LA Clippers ball. Paul George to Beverly. George. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Beverly into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. George to Luke Kennard. Beverly to Luke Kennard. Beverly. For 3. Not that time. He missed it. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
And he finishes at the rim.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Luke Kennard. To Paul George. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. George Tough shot. He hits.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Knocked loose. Booker. Here's a chance from long range, and he'll head to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Knocks down the first. Second one's no good. One more coming. To George. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
You've got to get that one to go. A pass stolen by Phoenix.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Cameron Payne at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Beverly into the front court. Up by 6. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot in.
And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
DeAndre Ayton has got 2 shots coming. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. So he hits the first, misses the second. Taken by the Suns. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Jackson with it. Up 5. Paul George. Nice pass to set things up. From the painted area, won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Shot by Zubac, off the mark. Going to launch, beyond the arc. Can't connect, it's no good. Beverly into the front court. Leads 5. Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Crowder, tough matchup against George. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
A lackluster first half performance, but this half, you seem like a different person.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. George to Cousins. Reggie Jackson, guarded by Devin Booker. Has a look. Reggie Jackson, not that time. To Booker. Deep two there, won't go. Jackson with it. 2-point advantage. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
No, no, no.
Shots. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the... Some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Cameron Payne trying to cash in on a three-point play. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. Oh, he can't connect. Clippers have the basketball. Batum to Reggie Jackson. Jumper's good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup to Cousins. And the rebound taken down by the Suns. To Paul. Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up. Cameron Payne, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. To Jackson. Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Paul against Paul George. Whoa, what a finish.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Baseline drive. George to the basket, but it won't go. Paul into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Easy path to the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
From long range, it's George with the rebound. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Oh, they called the foul.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Here's the whistle. Intentional foul.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they take care of business at home. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers got the win in a close game. They were very opportunistic on defense, and it earned them a bunch of steals. Those first turnovers made all of the difference. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Suns must be devastated after such a close loss. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Phoenix Suns.
Team track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Paul George was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.
Uh-oh, here comes Santa Claus giving me a gift. Man, this is a buffet. Let me eat.
Here we go. On your right, on your right.
Oh.
Good finish, good finish.
What's up? Rick. Hey, don't
Take care of the ball, bro. Come on now.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go. Pick him up, pick him up.
Here, coming left, 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 left.
I got it.
Wait on it. Ball going up. Shot, shot, shot. Rebound, rebound. Box out.
I'm right here. Get your man, get your man.
Clamps on you. Let's go.
Look, rebound. You got it, you got it, you got it. All right, I got your help. Hey, check up. Let's go.
Good pass. Way to hit. Way to hit. On touch screen.
I'll get bored. Ah, get that out of here.
Find me. I'm open. Get it.
Woo.
Wait on it.
My bad.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Oh, yeah, good pass. Hey, good shot.
Wait on it. Go, sir.
Mouse in the hole, mouse in the hole. Give me the ball, give me the ball. All right, here we go. We got something.
Everybody, get back. Wait on it. Go, sir. Let it go, let it go. Don't touch it. Ella, I'm going. Run. Yes, sir. Play shoot, boy. Oh, come out here. We out.
I got your help.
Got help. Good shot.
Man, get
Good
up.
money.